Tennessee! What happened? How you lose to Spencer Rattler in the South Carolina Gamecocks? By 30 points. And I mean this, you can take it disrespectfully. I don't care. They are a poverty program, and by they, I'm talking about South Carolina. Oh man, I got a lot to say. This will not be the Sunday recap or whatnot. I'll try to get this up late Saturday night, or it may be Sunday morning. This is my immediate reaction to just all the chaos that's been going on. And the reason I'm making this video is because I tweeted out, if you want to see it, get this tweet to 100 likes, something like that in the tweet. I'll pop it up right here. It got close to 100 likes or whatnot, so we're doing it. By the way, little disclaimer, go follow my Twitter. It is 100% free, doesn't hurt you. And if you want to follow back, just tweet at me, say, yo, Matt, give me a follow, and I'll follow a bunch of you back. Doesn't matter. I love the community we're building on Twitter as well. It's so fun to interact with you guys during the games. You can call me stupid. I can call you stupid. It's all fun. And games, I guess you could say. Okay, first things first, how should I break this down? Of course, we're going to talk about Tennessee and that crap show that just happened, but I got to talk about Michigan. The playoff picture has done a complete 180, and we got to start out with Michigan. To say that Michigan struggled with Illinois would be an understatement, and in my opinion, they kind of got lucky to win the game. Yeah, they made some plays here and there, but there was a controversial pick play that happened on 4th and 3. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. I'm not one to blame the refs for a team losing. Long story short, Michigan made plays when they needed to. Let me unzip that a little, running up against my neck. Yeah, Michigan. Were they impressive? No, but like I tell you guys, a win is a win. You're going to have look at any champion, national champion, they always get that one game where it doesn't feel like it should be close, but it winds up being a close one and they pull it out. Fortunately enough for Michigan, though, and all these other Big Ten teams, you play in the suckiest conference in the entire world, aka the Big Ten. The Big Ten flat out sucks, and I'll explain why. I'll give you a great example. You see, in the Big Ten, you can get away with playing your C- or C+ or even a D+ game and walk out of there with a win. For example, today with Michigan, you played your C- game and you won. Same thing with Ohio State. We got to talk about them. They struggled with Maryland. Maryland is a poverty program. They flat out suck. And you barely won by 6 points. Well, it wound up being 2 scores, but it was really 6. I think we can all agree. Ohio State and Michigan, they played their C- game. They didn't have their best stuff, and yet they walked out there with a win. Whereas in the SEC, week in and week out, it is a grind. If you play your C- game or even your C+ game, you're going to lose. I honestly don't see how other people didn't see this coming. It was a perfect storm. Michigan and Ohio State, they weren't even talking about Maryland and Illinois. They're both looking 2 weeks ahead. I saw this coming from a mile away. I expected a letdown. I didn't expect Ohio State to let down, but I did expect Michigan to. Here is my biggest takeaway from the Michigan game. Their defense, especially the run defense, ain't too good. The running back for Illinois, which is Chase Brown, one of the best running backs in the country, he was running all over them. It's unfortunate that Illinois didn't get the win because you kind of got to feel like that could have been a Heisman moment. On the flip side of the ball for Michigan, their offense, kind of wishy-washy. Blake Corum, don't know how healthy he's going to be. And J.J. McCarthy, sometimes the kid's good, but also sometimes he's not so good. The bottom line is Michigan did not look that good today, but nobody looked that good today. So that can at least ease your mind if you are a Michigan fan. For Ohio State, it's just odd to me because you have the best talent in the world. You got all the 4- and 5-star recruits you can want. You arguably got the best receiving corps in the country, and yet you struggle with Maryland. I don't have too much to say about the Ohio State game. When I say they're overrated, this is what I'm referring to. Let me put it this way. There's no reason Maryland or Northwestern should even be competing and be on the same field as Ohio State. And also, this bothered me a lot. Maybe some of you have no idea what I'm talking about. Ohio State had the ball. It was 4th and 1. And you know what Ryan Day draws up? A pass play, a play-action pass play on 4th and 1. You mean to tell me, Ryan Day, you don't feel like your team can just load up and go, hey, we're better than you and run it on 4th and 1? Come on, man. Wishy-washy performances from Ohio State and Michigan. We got to talk about TCU, though. What in the crap was that? When I was watching it live, I was going, are they really trying to pull this off? I cannot believe for the life of me, Sonny Dykes decided to run the ball on third down with what was it, 16 seconds, then rushes the field goal team on, and he makes the kick. I mean, this just feels like the year for TCU where they can't lose. They're winning every single game by 3 or 4 points. Everything's going right. And I'm excited for it. And I know a lot of you already what you're about to run to the comment section and say, well, Matt, TCU's fraudulent. They're lucky. They're this or that, blah, 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 blah. And I don't agree. You know why? Because what I tell you guys, winners win, losers lose. I can't explain it. I can't dumb it down. In this life, winners always find a way to win. And also in this life, losers always find a way to lose. It's not a coincidence that TCU always winds up winning these crazy games. They're winners. And if you disagree with that statement, you're just trying to argue with cold hard facts. It's a proven fact that they're winners. They're 11-0. They're undefeated. I think TCU is a legit top 4 team. Max Duggan, he's special. And also you got to understand, TCU was down a lot of guys today. Let me put it this way, and I'm going to ask you guys a question. If Oklahoma or Texas had the same resume that TCU had, what do you think everyone would be saying about them? Think about that. I know what they'd be saying. They'd be going, oh, TCU, number 1 team in the country. But since it's TCU with that resume, it's, oh, TCU's fraudulent. They're getting lucky. They shouldn't be a top 4 team. Come on, man. Before we talk about Tennessee, I know you guys want me to talk about that. Georgia, I'm looking at right here. What am I supposed to say about this? The game was never in doubt. Georgia, it was your typical Georgia win. They knew they're bigger, stronger, and faster than Kentucky. They just wanted to run the ball every single play, and that's what they did. There's nothing to say about it. I'm not even going to try to argue and say that Georgia struggled with them because they didn't. Last but not least, though, and probably the main reason you're here, Tennessee, what was the official score? 63-38. And it was really 63-31 before South Carolina just quit trying at the end. I gotta get a drink for this one. Oh my God. I mean, if you would have told me at 8 a.m. this morning that Tennessee would lose, not only lose to South Carolina, but lose by 30, I probably would have spit my coffee in your face and said, dude, what? That's probably what I would have done. I don't think anybody saw this coming. You have to be a borderline psychotic, insano person to even try to predict that South Carolina, a poverty program, was going to beat Tennessee the way they did. Not only was it disappointing for Tennessee because now your season's over, all your hopes, dreams, aspirations, they're thrown in the trash, but it was embarrassing. And there's a big difference from disappointing and embarrassing. You see, when someone's disappointed, it's just because you had high hopes and somebody or something, it let you down. But when you're embarrassed, that's like the equivalent of you being with your side chick in public and you don't want anybody to see y'all together. Now, whereas if you're with your girlfriend and she trips and falls and everybody's laughing at her, you're not embarrassed, you're just like, you're disappointed. But if you're with your side chick and somebody catches you out in public, yeah, you're embarrassed. You see what I'm saying? This was pretty much that, and maybe saying it was embarrassing would be an understatement. I felt embarrassed for Tennessee fans, and I'm not a Tennessee fan. I mean, 63 to South Carolina, this was a team. Didn't Florida, I think Florida held them to 6 points last week. Here's a fun fact for you. I think, Spencer Rattler this entire season has 8 touchdown passes before the Tennessee game, and in the Tennessee game, he had 6 touchdown passes. 6 touchdown passes. What do y'all think about that? Let me pull up the box score. Yeah, 30 for 37, 438 yards, and 6 TDs. Mama, there goes that man. I just can't get over this. I mean, this South Carolina offense has been pitiful. Offensive line's been embarrassing. The wide receiver core has been dropping passes all year long. And they dropped 63 on your noggin? It's really hard to fathom. And I know what a bunch of Tennessee fans are going to run to the comments to say, because I know how they are. They're some of the most obnoxious people out there. Oh, Matt, well, we hung 52 up on your Crimson Tide Alabama only a few weeks ago. Well, yeah, you're a great offensive team. You should hang up, well, you shouldn't hang up 52 against Bama, but That I can understand. But South Carolina is a terrible offensive team. That's what I'm saying and it's hard for me even to speak about it because I still can't believe it. How does South Carolina put up 63 on you? Just doesn't make sense. I enjoyed watching it. I'm not going to lie. It was nice to see not only South Carolina, Shane Beamer get a big-time win, and I think everybody's going to agree with this. Spencer Rattler, if anybody deserved to have this win and play this good, it's definitely Rattler. He's been through so much. Happy for him. But as an Alabama fan, it was just sweet to watch this because the way Tennessee beat us, it was heartbreaking, and you guys know that. That's pretty much all I got to say about that. And here's where things get interesting for my Bama fans. This opens up the door. I'm not saying there's even a decent chance Alabama gets in the playoff, but this was one of the things you needed to happen, Tennessee to lose. And I'm going to break this down for you real quick because I got to go to bed. Okay, got it pulled up. Alabama is currently ranked and sitting at number 8. Obviously, they're going to go at one spot. USC, yeah, I guess we'll talk about that. They pulled out the win against UCLA. There's not too much to talk about. USC won. They got a tough game next week, which I'm about to talk about right now. So Alabama is more than likely going to go up to 7. Well, you kind of look at it and you're like, well, dang, do they have an actual shot here to get in the playoff? Because, look, LSU, more than likely, they're going to lose to Georgia. So, boom, Alabama's going to jump up to 6. And all Alabama needs after that is for USC to slip up next week against Notre Dame or in the Pac-12 championship. And then what do you know? Alabama's sitting at number 5. And then all you kind of need is TCU to slip up. And then maybe if Michigan gets beat by 30 or Ohio State gets beat by 30 in that game, Alabama jumps that loser. I'm not going to do a full breakdown. I'll save that for a video. It's just something to keep your eyes on. Alabama is not out of the mix. Also, Clemson is not out of the mix. Now, do I believe Clemson, even if they win out and win the ACC championship, should jump Alabama? Absolutely not, but they could. The USC game just ended as to when I'm filming this. I don't have too much to say. USC won. I expected them to win. USC's a pretty good team. I have a lot more I can say. I'm definitely going to save that for the recap tomorrow. Let me know your rapid reaction. Sorry, I've been up since 5 a.m. Yeah, I'm just going to end it off there. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm out, y'all. Peace.